My parents skipped my emergency surgery for my sister's engagement photos. Last week, they asked me for $20,000 to save her from a lawsuit. My answer took 4 words. I was 20 when my appendix ruptured during a night shift at the distribution center. By the time my coworker drove me to the ER, I was septic. They rushed me into surgery within the hour. The intake nurse told me she'd reached my parents before I even went under. I woke up at 6 a.m. with a drain in my abdomen and an empty visitor chair. I kept checking my phone with the one arm that didn't have an IV in it. Nothing until almost noon. Then my mom's text arrived. Glad surgery went well. Today is Brianna's engagement shoot at the Botanical Gardens. We've had it booked for months. The photographer is impossible to reschedule. We'll swing by tomorrow. Rest up. Brianna was 24. She was getting professionally photographed in a field, holding hands with her fiancé. My parents lived 25 minutes from that hospital. The gardens were 40. I lay there with a tube coming out of my side, listening to the machine beep, while a nursing student named Dev, a stranger, sat with me on his break because he said nobody should wake up from sepsis alone. My parents saw golden hour lighting. Brianna never came at all. They showed up the next afternoon with a balloon. My mom cried and said how terrifying it must have been. I asked why they didn't come the night it happened. I'd been septic. The surgeon used the word lucky. My mom blinked at me like I'd said something rude. Honey, you were already out of surgery. The doctors had it handled. Brianna's deposit was non-refundable. Non-refundable. That word did something permanent to me. I transferred schools that year, moved 3 hours away, and rebuilt my life on my own math. Finished my degree at night while working full-time in logistics. Got promoted twice. Lived with roommates until I was 26. Drove a car with 190,000 miles on it. Brought lunch from home every single day. Every spare dollar went into savings, because I'd learned at 20 exactly how much backup I had in this world. None. Brianna, meanwhile, got a wedding my parents took a second mortgage to fund. Then a boutique fitness studio they co-signed the lease on. Then a bigger studio, because the first location was holding her back. My parents' entire social media presence was her ribbon cuttings. When I got promoted to operations manager, my mom replied to my text with a thumbs up. When Brianna added a smoothie bar, there was a family dinner. We talked at holidays. They never once asked about my life. I stopped offering it. Then last month, my dad called. An actual phone call. The first in over a year. His voice had that careful, rehearsed quality. We need to talk as a family. Here it was. Brianna's second studio had been collecting membership fees for over a year, while quietly failing to pay instructors, rent, or the equipment leasing company. She'd been shuffling new members' money to cover old obligations, and pocketing the difference to keep up appearances. Now the instructors had filed together. The leasing company was suing, and a lawyer had used the phrase, potential criminal exposure. My dad laid it out like he was reading a weather report. The family needed to raise about $85,000 to settle everything quietly. We're asking you for 20. You've always been good with money. Good with money. The first compliment from him in a decade, and it came with an invoice. I had $31,000 saved. Every dollar of it had a memory attached. A skipped trip, a double shift, a birthday I worked. I said the 4 words, no, ask a photographer. Silence. Then, what is that supposed to mean? The one who was impossible to reschedule. The reason I woke up from sepsis alone. You had a daughter in emergency surgery, and you chose a photo shoot. Now that daughter's photo shoot princess stole from people, and you want the hospital kid to pay for it. That's ancient history. This is your sister's future. When I almost died, nobody's future was at risk. I just needed my parents in a chair. You couldn't lose a deposit for me. I'm not losing $20,000 for her. My mom took the phone, already crying. She could go to prison. Family shows up. I know, I said. I learned that in a hospital bed from a nursing student named Dev. My dad came back on, cold now. After everything we've provided for you, you provided for Brianna, I said. I was raised in the same house on a different budget. I hung up. 11 calls that night. I blocked all 3 of them. 2 days later, Brianna herself texted me for the first time in 14 months. Wow, hope your savings account keeps you warm. It does, actually. It's the only thing in that family that ever showed up for me.